I love the idea of coming up with something that people find to be really useful. And to the extent that I've used Ravel to do research, it's really helped me understand the law, and I hope we can help lots of other people understand the law better.
Ravel is a legal research platform for lawyers and law students, and what we're trying to do is make the process easier, more intuitive, more thorough, and to give people greater confidence that they're finding the cases that are best suited for their needs.
When you are able to look at that whole constellation and see how cases cite to each other, how they evolve, what their importance is over time, you start to get a much better sense of what the law is and what cases you really want to focus on when you're doing your research.
I had sort of come up with this idea of what I needed in terms of doing the research that I was doing at school and at the summer firm that I worked at, where I was trying to figure out where exactly the legal situation I was working on fit within the broader network. What were the other important cases I need to know about? What were the smaller cases that sort of circled around them? And it took shape in my mind as sort of a visual process of trying to figure out where on this map I needed to locate myself and what the other cases were that I needed to be aware of. And as I started explaining that idea to other folks, I got confirmation that a lot of other people were thinking in visual ways.
What was really interesting for us is to see how much judges really like this idea, because I think judges walk around with these maps in their head, and it's something that they go to bed dreaming about. And they love the idea of being able to quickly generate the map. For lawyers, it's just really a practical, efficient tool. You quickly figure out what the most important cases are, what the clusters of cases are based on a topic, and you can kind of triangulate your research in a really quick, efficient manner, something that's relatively difficult to do with today's tools.
I think it's safe to say that this would definitely have never gotten off the ground without being at Stanford. I think it's a combination of the fact that it does inspire you to think in a multidisciplinary way, that you know that there are all these resources and smart people around that you can bounce ideas off of and get advice from.
For me, the kind of interaction, the mixing of law and business is at the core of everything we do, and both in a startup and in larger corporations. Business, legal decisions influence business decisions have legal repercussions, and it's really understanding that whole patchwork that makes you able to make really good decisions.
I think we'd love to see it in the hands of a lot of people who are excited to use it, who are using it regularly, and that we've built something that's really transformed how people do research, has made it more collaborative, has made it more engaging. I hope that we won't ever hear the story again of lawyers who say, I would have loved to be a litigation attorney, but I didn't do it because I hated doing legal research. I think that's a real pain point that we can try to solve, and I hope that 5 years from now we've done it.